Let's talk Wandavision episode 7. Hi guys, I'm Rafa. I'm over here from Hollywood, California, talking about the world of entertainment and its stars. If this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos, guys, I'm Rafa and I'm a huge movie fan. So if you're a fan just like me, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that way we can all be fans together. Okay, you guys, let's talk WandaVision episode 7. What an episode, guys. It was, filled with a lot of reveals, huge exciting stuff that is happening, and I can't wait. But also, it was kind of a little bit disappointing because I thought this episode was going to be at least an hour long, but it was such a short episode, you guys. I guess we were, made to believe that was going to be the case because Marvel Studios has confirmed that WandaVision spans over 6 hours, but maybe we were put under Agatha's spell. Ooh, we don't know, and I'm so excited to talk about that. But maybe that leads us to believe that the remaining 2 episodes are going to be, like an hour and a half each, and maybe the last episode is going to be like movie length. We don't know. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that there was kind of a little bit of a letdown, I'm sure, in the fan community of WandaVision that, this mystery aerospace engineer was not someone that was a big reveal. I know a lot of you were hoping that it would be someone like Reed Richards or someone more important, but no. But at the same time, this episode had a lot of cool moments like Monica getting her powers and the confirmation that Agnes, is actually Agatha Harkness. I knew that. I'm sure a lot of you knew that, but if not, I'm glad that you had, this amazing reveal, be a surprise to you, and I can't wait to talk about it with you in this video. The episode starts with Wanda kind of sleeping in. She's had a rough night, from the night before of expanding the hex. So, she's kind of feeling not so great. And then the twins come up and they're all freaking out because their games keep changing and because the world is kind of glitching around them. And if you notice, Wanda's pillow doesn't match the rest of the bed. So maybe, everything is already starting to like switch and glitch. And Billy says, "Mom, my head hurts." Obviously because of his psychic powers that also come into play later on in the episode, which I thought was, really fun, and Easter eggs, guys. I love all the Easter eggs that WandaVision is giving us. I'm living for it. And then Wanda is such a bad mom. She goes, "Oh, honey, just go and play." And that was really, not good. And then Wanda's in the kitchen getting some cereal and the world is kind of still glitching around her. And if you notice in the carton of the milk, there's a missing children ad. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but throughout WandaVision, there has been this whole theme about children, whether that's wanting children or missing children. And interestingly enough, witches have a long history with children. And that, of course, will come into play later on in the episode, but I thought that was such a cool Easter egg and nice moment to show during this episode of WandaVision. Then we see Hayward that's outside of the hex, and as we can see clearly, the hex has expanded by a lot, and he has this line that he says, "We'll launch today." And I wonder what that means. We never got to see that in the episode, so I'm sure that will come into play in next week's WandaVision episode. But what is he referring to? What will launch today? Is he gonna try to blow up the hex? That would be very interesting to see what happens with that. So then we go back inside of Westview, and as we can see, Darcy has now become an escape artist. And that was really funny because, the last time we saw her, she was chained to the truck so she couldn't get away. And also, it was awesome that Vision recognized her. Keep that in mind, guys. Vision was dying. But, even though he, made eye contact with Darcy, even though he's still disintegrating and falling apart, Vision was still able to, be working even though he's dying. Then we go and see Wanda with her kids, and they're all kind of freaked out because she's acting, of course, strange and weird. They're all like, "What happened to our uncle?" And I'm glad that Wanda, kind of confirmed to us that is not their real uncle. That is not Pietro. And then they're all like, "Then who is he?" And then she's like, "Listen, guys, I know I'm your mom, but I don't have all the answers." and that was really great. Then Agnes comes in, and interestingly enough, she's wearing all purple, and also it's a great nod to Agatha Harkness' costume in the comics that it's all like purple based. And of course, what does Agnes want? She wants the kids. She wants to spend time with the twins. And then, guys, this is where, we had, the huge disappointment that came with this episode, about who this mystery person is that they're about to meet, Monica and Agent Wu. And then Agent Wu checks his email, and he saw the email that Darcy was able to send him right before she went to the Hex. He gets to see, Hayward's plan with Vision and what he plans to do. So, and then we're all excited, and they're like about to meet, this mystery person, and like me hoping to see maybe John Krasinski or someone from the Fantastic Four pop up, or maybe even, the van from Ant-Man and the Wasp, like the Pims, or like Janet and Hank and maybe Hope, like someone. But no, it's this random military woman that's not an important character, and that's not really like someone important, but at least she did kind of bring something sort of important, that was this kind of big truck that Monica designed. So then we go back to Westview, and it's Vision and Darcy, and he kind of helps her snap out of the whole Hex, and he's like, can you help me? And she's like, yeah. So they hop in the van and they drive off, I guess to meet Wanda. And then we go back to Wanda, and everything is kind of glitching around her. And then she has her testimonial, and everything is falling apart. And in her testimonial, you hear the producer say, maybe do you think this is happening because this is what you deserve? And it was very creepy. And she's like, wait, no one is supposed to be talking. And it was in a male voice, and of course it was Agatha, but it was so creepy. And then we get this commercial, which was very interesting because it was a commercial about depression, and the commercial was for a product, a medicine called Nexus. And Nexus was at first really confusing, but then it was later revealed that Nexus has been something that has been referenced before in the MCU, and specifically in the second Thor movie by Darcy's doctor, the guy that works with Jane Foster and Darcy, Skarsgård's character. He explains that the Nexus, the meaning of Nexus, the Nexus of all realities, which is a cross-gate dimensional gateway that allows access to all realities, meaning basically the multiverse. So then we go to Agatha's house, and then we see her, spending time with the kids, and the kids, are a little bit more like relaxed now because they're not with their mom and freaking out. And I do gotta say, guys, I gotta shout out to the set decorator of this show, because look at the house. I mean, look at the feel and the the dark wood of this house, very witchy, very dark, very spooky. And then Billy says, I like it here because it's quiet, and you're quiet, Agatha. And then we see, like Agatha's face, or Agnes's face, being all like, what do you mean? And maybe, that prompts her kind of to act more quickly, because maybe she kind of is noticing that the kids, the twins, are gonna start catching up to her. I love it. So then we get this cool like Monica scene where she's trying to break inside the Hex with this truck, but of course it doesn't work. So then she decides to make a run for it and try to break through herself without any protection. And then we have this cool amazing moment where she's like trying to breaking and pushing in, and then she phases out into the different time eras, and it was amazing and such an inspirational moment. I loved it. And then we also hear voiceover from the Captain Marvel movies about her saying that, oh, I want to go to space one day and I want to help out, and Nick Fury saying, you'll go, but you have to learn how to glow first. And then she's able to pull it together and break through and kind of activate her photon powers. And I loved her eyes glowing blue. It was such a cool moment, visually stunning, you guys. And she's also able to have this like vision of like, you know, the different sonic waves or whatever that is. I just thought it looked visually amazing. And then we get back to Vision and Darcy, who she's like catching him up of everything that's happened before in the MCU, like what happened, you know, with Jarvis and Ultron. And he's all like disappointed, you know, catching up that he's not a real being, you know, outside of this hex. But Darcy is able to say something that I thought was really meaningful and very powerful. That was like, I've been watching WandaVision all this week, and I can tell that your love with Wanda has been very real. And I just love that, you know, Darcy's able to tell him that. And then Monica is able to find Wanda's house. And guys, it was so intense the moment that Wanda realized Monica was able to like come back into Westview, and she flips out and she starts, you know, like threatening Monica. Like, we've never seen Wanda flip out before like that. And then she grabs Monica and like throws her up in the air and then like brings her down. But as she does, Monica's able to activate her powers and like kind of protect herself. And Wanda's all like, what? I didn't do that. And then Monica's like, you know what, Wanda, if you want me out, hurt me. Come on, get rid of me. Of course, Wanda was not able to do that. And then Monica's like, you see, Wanda, you're not the villain. You're not like Hayward. You're not a villain. And then Wanda very creepily responds, what if I am? And I thought that was great. And then Agnes, of course, comes out and kind of intervenes and tells Monica, you need to leave. You can't be here. You need to be out. And then we go inside Agnes's house. She's like, oh, I'll get you something to drink. And guys, like, this was so creepy. Wanda sits down and she notices the food that's half eaten. She notices the TV that's playing a cartoon. She notices a rabbit chilling. She notices, you know, this creepy bug on the curtains. Ew, no. And then she's like, what? Where are my children, Agnes? And she's like, oh, they're probably in the basement. And I think Agnes wanted Wanda to go inside the basement. And guys, then we have this amazing set piece of Wanda going down the basement and seeing this weird tree forest hallway that looked so creepy, you guys, like out of a horror movie. I was legit scared. I was scared. And she walks in and we see this like villainy witchy layer, and notice, you know, the cabinet, you know, full of witchy classic witch stuff like a school and books and like the trees, and it was such a cool set piece. And then Wanda's looking around, and not only do we see the cabinet and stuff, but we see this magic spell book, which is, very interesting. And I'm sure that's going to come to play later on in the final 2 episodes. What is this spell book? Is that the Nexus? Is that a book that can, open the door to multiple dimensions in the multiverse and the path to Mephisto or whoever's in charge of this whole scenario? And then, of course, Agnes pops in and she's like, what? You thought you were the only gal with magic in the neighborhood? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Agatha Harkness. And then, boom, there you go, the reveal. It's been Agatha all along. And then we get this cool intro with, Agnes, setting everything up, and everything has been because of Agnes. Agnes has been controlling Westview, and then we see her use her purple magic, throughout the whole WandaVision series, and we get this, look at her costume that's like black and purple, and it's very witchy, and I love it, guys. And then she kind of casts a spell on Wanda, and you see Wanda's eyes turn purple. And so maybe that means that Agatha has really been controlling, for the most part, Wanda all along. And guys, I loved it. It was her. I knew it. I'm sure a lot of you guessed it, but I just knew Agnes was someone not to trust. Guys, so what does this mean for the next episodes? We know we're gonna have, Wanda versus Agnes, and purple versus red. It's gonna be interesting. And then that's the end of the episode. And then we get our first end credit scene, finally, which is Monica, you know, trying to sneak into Agatha's house. And then she opens the basement, but as soon as she opens the basement, she kind of gets hypnotized, and you can see her eyes turning purple. And then of course we get Pietro again. Even Peters pop up and he's like, Snooper's gonna snoop. And then that's the end of the episode. And I'm so happy to see him, you know, him back in play. That, you know, that wasn't the last time that we saw his character in the previous episode. And guys, I cannot wait. There's so many questions left. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, we kind of expected this to happen, but at the same time, this is still opening so many questions, you guys, that I can't wait to uncover and discover with you guys. So anyway, guys, that was the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a thumbs up, and I can't wait to talk more WandaVision with you very soon. So that's it for me, guys. I'm Rafael, and I'll see you on the next episode and the next video.